What's happening, guys? Back at you with another video. So the summer movie of 2025 season is upon us. A whole bunch of movies coming out this summer. In this video, I'm going to go over my top most anticipated movies of the summer. Now, this is going to be kind of a shorter list. There'll probably be about 7 or 8 movies on this list that I'm going to have for my most anticipated for the summer season coming up. Let's go ahead and get into it. So the way I'll probably list these off is going to be like least anticipated going up to the top of most anticipated for the summer movies. These are all my more anticipated movies of the summer, but going from the bottom to the least to the top for the most. And unfortunately, coming at the bottom is going to be the newest Karate Kid movie, Karate Kid Legends. The deal with this one is that I just don't know fully what they're going to do with this movie. I've seen the 2 trailers that they already put out already for this movie, and I still have some questions about it, like where exactly in this timeline does it like take place? Does it take place after Cobra Kai? Does it take place before Cobra Kai? How does this whole universe works where Jackie Chan's character from the remake 2010 movie comes into this world, is a part of this world, meets up with Ralph Macchio's character, and they come together to train a new Karate Kid. But they just released a clip, and I try not to, I tend to try not to watch any clips of new movies. I tend to like just stick to a trailer or two and not watch any clips of any new movies that are coming out. But this one just happened to pop up on my feed all of a sudden, so I watched a couple seconds of it. And there was a rumor a while back that showed that the newest Karate Kid that we're going to get in here is going to be teaching an older man, I believe a pizza shop owner. He's going to be teaching him some karate moves and stuff like that. And going off of that clip, it looks like some of that rumor is actually true, because in the clip it showed a older man, assuming it's a pizza shop owner because he was in a pizza shop, and basically showing our newest Karate Kid. He's showing him some karate moves. And I did not even notice before, but going off the clip, it looks like the guy from the Mighty Ducks movies back in the 90s and all that. Looks like he's actually the older guy, and that's kind of a surprise. I didn't even know he's going to be coming out in this movie, but it turns out he's going to be coming out in this movie. So nice little surprise there with checking out that clip. But really the main part of this movie is that I'm still questioning some stuff. I do want this to be a good movie, because I definitely don't want it to, taint the whole Karate Kid universe or taint Cobra Kai or anything like that. So it is still one of my most anticipated movies of the summer season, but it's still lower on the list because I still have some questions about it. Moving on to the next one on the list is going to be Lilo and Stitch, the newest Disney live-action remake that we're getting. And of course, a lot of people are here and there on the whole Disney live-action remakes. Now, when it comes to Lilo and Stitch, the original animated movie is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. I love that movie. I remember that movie whenever it came out. I was a young kid when it came out. And just the marketing behind that movie, to where Stitch basically popped up, some of the trailers and the clips were like basically Stitch popping up in other Disney animated movies, which was a funny little touch there. They started to do that with some of the live action shots that we've been getting, where he's actually kind of jumping in here and there throughout some stuff. They even had a Super Bowl spot where he was actually interrupting the Super Bowl. That was kind of funny. Honestly, I seen the trailer, the teaser trailer, or whatever trailer they dropped. Honestly, to be honest, everything is looking good so far. Going off the trailer, the way that Stitch is himself, everything looks mostly, good for the most part. I'm still a little hesitant. Hopefully they could be able to do something with it, still at least be somewhat decent, Most likely I might check it out in theaters, wait and see. I'm still deciding, but we'll see how it goes. But it's still one of my more anticipated ones to check out. Next up on the list is going to be a surprise one. It actually turns out it's going to be a Netflix movie, and that's going to be Fear Street, Prom Queen. This is the newest movie in the Fear Street franchise, if you want to call it. Netflix has been doing, and if y'all remember the trilogy that came out a couple years ago, the Fear Street trilogy, where they had a movie release each week during the summer, a couple years ago. Honestly, I love that trilogy. I watch it almost every year to every other year for the Halloween spooky season. I really like that trilogy. So hopefully they're able to give us something really good with this newest movie that's going to be entitled Prom Queen. Basically, the premise of this movie is that it's going to be taking place during the 80s. They haven't really released a full-length trailer yet. They just gave us a teaser trailer. And basically this movie is going to be taking place during the 80s. And it's going to be taking place in the same city that the whole Fear Street trilogy was taking place. So I believe it's like Shady Side or Sunny Side, whatever the town is called. Basically going to be taking place within the same town of the original Fear Street trilogy. So that'll be kind of interesting. It looks like it's going to be somewhat of a classic slasher. It's going to be happening during prom, during a high school season and all that. So it'll be very interesting to see what they could be able to do. So I'm actually looking forward to it, and hopefully they could be able to give us something pretty good. Next up on the list is going to be a movie that's actually been getting some positive reviews lately now that people are starting to watch it, and it's coming out fairly soon. That's going to be Thunderbolts. Now, this one was probably not on my most highly anticipated movies of the year list. It probably made into the top 10 maybe, but it wasn't like my most anticipated one. But I'm still going to check it out. It definitely, of course, it's Marvel. You know, has some of the likable characters in there. Bucky, Elena, Red Guardian, a couple others in there. So I'm looking forward to it. Definitely going to be checking it out since it is Marvel, and got likable characters in here going on. And so far, it's been getting some positive buzz, some positive reviews. So I'm looking. Hopefully, it could be able to turn out something good with this movie. I'm hoping for the best for this movie. Honestly, not really high expectations, but hopefully I could go in and just have a fun, decent time with this movie. We have Jurassic World Reborn, Rebirth, whatever that subtitle was called. When it comes to this movie, the last Jurassic World movie, Jurassic World Dominion, left a bad taste in people's mouth, especially myself. I wanted to love that movie, but I just couldn't love that movie. But somehow, the Jurassic World franchise keeps kicking, and it finds a way to draw me back in. Yes, that last trailer that we got with Jurassic World gave us a lot of things to actually look forward to, and it actually got me a little bit more excited for this movie. You got Scarlett Johansson starring in this movie. You got other cast of characters, Mahershala Ali, Jonathan Bailey, I believe, the guy from Wicked, is coming out. So, going to the whole setup of this movie to where it seems like they're going to a newer island that has more mutated other dinosaurs that were never released onto the other island. So, it's kind of funny how they just keep coming across new islands and all that stuff. But the trailer, going off the trailer release alone, it got me excited for the movie, and it found a way to draw me back in. So it's actually one of my most anticipated ones for the summer season. So it's definitely going to be one I'm checking out. And coming in at the next spot is going to be Final Destination Bloodlines. Yeah, I really love the Final Destination movies that we got, and we had a pretty good long break, about 14, 15 years, something like that, from the last previous Final Destination movie that came out from Final Destination 5. So I'm looking forward to this one. I try to keep away from some of the stuff that's been going on and any clips. I'm trying not to watch any clips. I'm trying to watch no trailers. I watched the first trailer. That's it. I didn't watch the second trailer. I know there's another trailer that came out, and I know there's been clips going around. I basically skipped through them. I did not watch the second trailer. I only watched little bits and parts of the first trailer because I really don't want to know anything or see any early deaths that are going to occur in this movie. I kind of want to go into this movie surprised. This will basically be the first Final Destination movie that I actually check out in theaters. So I want to be surprised. I want to be able to not see stuff coming or expect things just going off the trailers or any clips I saw. So hopefully I can be able to avoid everything before it comes out, so I can be able to go in kind of fresh, somewhat fresh, kind of expecting nothing and actually being surprised. But it has an interesting plot thing that's been going on. I don't know exact plot that it is, but I read just a couple tidbits to where it's like, it's entitled Bloodline, so it's supposed to be sort of like connecting somewhat all the movies, or supposed to be connecting to where someone was supposed to die in the past or a long time ago, and now that death is finally catching up to their descendants or something like that. I didn't want to read too much into it, but that's kind of basic sort of rumored plot that's been going on, going around and stuff. So we'll see how it goes with that. But like I said, I want to be able to go into it surprised. And when it comes to the Final Destination franchise, I think it's definitely one of those concepts that's actually one of the best concepts when it comes to horror movies. When it comes to the impracticality of the way that the death scenes are, but it has sort of a practicality effect to where it's like, even though it seems like it might be impossible, there's still somewhat practicality that could be in there to where it's like, maybe this could actually happen. Maybe it's actually possible. And of course, the Final Destination franchise is just etched into pop culture itself, especially when it comes to certain death scenes, especially when it comes to like that second movie with the logs on the highway that traumatized a whole generation. Traumatized our whole generation. So to be able to actually catch a Final Destination movie in theaters, this will be my first one checking out theaters. This one I'm actually really excited for. And coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be the newest Superman movie. I'm really excited for this one, especially what we've been getting from clips, trailers, just things like that. The ability that James Gunn has to be able to, make good movies, make great movies, really. When it comes to his filmography, he hasn't really missed for me. he has made great movies, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, Suicide Squad, you know, a bunch of other movies that he's done in the past. And I really do think he could be able to turn out something great. You know, definitely is going to be exciting to be able to see a new Superman movie and, you know, have a new Superman movie, have a new Superman. And it'll be very exciting to see what James Gunn is able to do to be able to kick off this whole new DC universe. It'll be very interesting to see what he can be able to do. And I'm looking forward to this movie. You know, it's been going good so far with some of the trailers we've been getting, some of the clips that we've been getting. You know, it's been looking good so far. So I'm really excited for this one. Can't wait for it. This is definitely one to check out. But coming in at the number one spot for me is going to be Fantastic Four First Steps. Like I said before, Fantastic Four is a special thing for me when it comes to just Marvel and just comics in general. You know, it was the first comic book that I read when I was a young kid. It's one of the things that got me into Marvel itself and the whole Marvel world. So I'm really looking forward to this movie, especially with some of the stuff that we've been getting, with some of the clips, some of the trailers I've been getting. They've been looking pretty good so far, and I'm really getting that whole retro futuristic vibe going on, and I'm looking forward to it. The cast looks great, and their costumes, the cast looks great overall. Just playing these roles, just going off the trailers and the clips that we've been getting. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Hopefully they're able to do a good job with it, because I just been waiting for a good Fantastic Four movie to come along. And you know, it's been a long time since we haven't seen these characters on screen, on the big screen. So for Marvel to be able to bring them back, and hopefully they can be able to do a good job with them, I'm hoping for the best for this movie. So hopefully be able to turn out a good Fantastic Four movie. It's been a while since we had a Fantastic Four movie. Hopefully we just get a great one. But that is going to do it for the list of my most anticipated movies for the summer season. Let me know down in the comments below, what are some of your most anticipated movies. But that's going to do it all for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe and turn notifications on so you know when I post another video. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one.